he just sinks back into the floor.
It's kind of hilarious.
Does Vegeta go back to saying that stupid "you will die by my hand" thing, or is he just saying "I want to fight you"?
More so just saying I want to fight you. It's not like it's not malicious, but like the animosity of the rivalry is like brought back into full. Even though on the whole they seem to be more amiable between each other. It's just like, man.
It's a real pity they didn't do anything with that whole Goku Black thing. You know, have Vegeta develop a complex about someone with Goku's face killing Bulma or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe actually turn Vegeta into a character again, because Vegeta's kind of a plank of wood throughout the entire series.
I think they kind of did something like that in the manga, but I more so got a huge kick out of Vegeta being offended by Goku Black's existence, because that body has honed over decades the power, like the amount of knowledge that grew from Kakarot, and it's yours. It's just you just took it secondhand. You don't know how to use it. It's not your power. And I'm just like, God, that is actually probably the best bit of character development we've given to him in this show. Fuck me.
Why was that when he was fighting Captain Ginyu?
That was just funny when that happened originally in Dynamic Saga. Just getting to bully Goku's body.
Yeah.
I am Yukimura Sana, commander of the Takeda. I shall defend this castle with the spirit of the tiger.
Good Boy's about to get destroyed. Oh yeah, I think one thing I tried to do for this route, wherever the option was available, is a lot of stages have alternate paths. Like for Yukimura here, you can sneak in through the sewer. If I remember correctly, I think I tried to go all the default routes, as opposed to doing the alternates, if only for the fact that I'd never shown them prior. At least I hope I did that. I remember doing that.
Yeah. You know, I tell a little bit of a lie. DMC5 does do some things right. One of them especially being it actually goes a full mile and does well with actually coronating Nero as basically the new protagonist. I'll definitely give it credit for that. There was always a polarization of Nero back in the day, and rewatching some things, I can kind of see where some people are going from, especially compared to Wacky Woohoo Pizza Man. Well, probably more on the Japanese side. But I heard literally no one bitch about Nero whatsoever in 5, and I loved it.
So here's the thing about Nero, and I guess these sorts of things in general, is that how are you going to say he doesn't deserve the main character spot or whatever, or to be a playable character if you've never seen him before? How are you going to say he doesn't deserve it if he's literally never given a chance to prove himself, and this is his shot to prove himself?
So I was talking with Tahu about this again. What I think Devil May Cry 4, while it obviously wasn't the same extreme whatsoever, I think that it inadvertently pulled a little bit of a Metal Gear Solid 2. Kojima, however, definitely pulled the wool over everyone's eyes and then was like surprised of, aha, you fool, you were never Solid Snake is the main character, here it's Raiden. I don't think it was malicious, but DMC4, looking at a lot of like the promotional stuff, it's like, it's not really clear, and it makes it look more like it's kind of like a toss-up between the two. But like, it's more clear that Nero is definitely more the protagonist in DMC4. Whereas with 5, I think they definitely nail the characterization better, and Johnny really knocks it out of the park with the dub side. I've heard no one complain about anything for the dub for the game.
It's time for the good shit!
Don't fuck with me! Love that.
I don't like hearing Johnny swear. It just doesn't feel right.
It's more funny that the hardcore dropping F-bombs only really comes in like gameplay lines and never in like explicit cutscenes. It's great. Oh wait, well, yes and no. There is one bit where he does say it in subtitles, but that's besides the point.
Johnny's a pure boy.
Expectations. I would keep.
But yeah,
look, I get you don't want to hear Vasha Stampede swear, but sometimes he just has a bad day. Really going over that joke.
I want more Trigun, but not the Trigun movie, because the Trigun movie sucked.
Because if you don't,
Ichigo would swear. Ichigo would definitely swear.
Yes, he would.
Absolutely.
Well, not anymore. He's a father and a good one.
He wouldn't swear like a sailor. That would probably be more Renji, but definitely the F-bomb every once in a while.
Yeah, I can see him. I can see Ichika picking up on Renchi's worst habits.
Absolutely.
Though Shingen is absent, he still casts a
That could. Oh my god, that fucking standalone chapter could probably get an anime adaptation. This could be fucking amazing.
They already confirmed for the anime that there are going to be added scenes, since Kubo is going to be directly involved, that there is going to be added content that didn't exist previously. So yes, we do have the confirmation that they're going to be fleshing out the scenes prior that didn't have enough going on.
Sweet.
They also said that depending on how well and whether or not it's requested, but mostly how well the anime does, that they are going to end up doing a Naruto and animating each of the novels after the anime ends.
Yeah, that could be cool. Maybe. If they actually make OVAs for Naruto, I can imagine that actually being good so that they can fully pace things out.
They animated the I think there was a Sakura novel, a Gaara novel, and a Kakashi novel, and those were animated in the lead up to the anime finale, which was the wedding.
Yeah, I missed those then. I swear you just said wedding, and that just made me giggle a little bit.
The wedding.
The wedding.
Place your bets. After all is said and done, and the war is over, and the novels are animated, do you think Puro is gonna Puro and do a Kazui anime?
A what anime?
Kazui.
Remind me.
That's the name of Ichigo's son.
Oh. Been a while. Probably not if Kubo doesn't do anything.
I mean, Kubo's working on Burn the Witch still.
My god, he is. I haven't read in fucking ages.
But for now,
You read the full run, right, before we watched the movie?
Lord Shingen would
Before the movie, I want to say yes. I don't remember how far. I definitely got as far as, fuck,
the original run-
the Goofy Ichigo was like had a warrant out for his death, and then that was rescinded after they helped prevent a legendary dragon from blowing up the entire city. But I haven't read anything since then, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna say, "Wow, Bob, that was ages ago," and I'll agree.
You're right. However, so what we have currently is we have the 2018 beta, which was just absolute garbage.
Yeah.
Some of Kubo's worst work ever.
Bar none.
Then we had the 4 chapters that released in 2020 after the announcement of the anime return, which for my money was good but not amazing, and that was what was turned into the OVA. And after that happened, it was announced that there was going to be more Burn the Witch on the way.
Sorry,
But that announcement...
I'm watching this right now, and I got that good Google at me with Yukimura facing the wrong way.
Yeah. They announced that there was going to be a Burn the Witch manga season 2. Apparently books can have seasons now.
Okay.
That was announced back in 2020, and it's been a year and a half, 2 years, and we haven't seen any of it yet, so I guess it's still up in the air whether or not that's still going.
Huh, alright.
Which is really funny when you consider that during the stream that announced the anime, Kubo was like, yeah, I already finished the first rendition of Burn the Witch. I already finished all 5 chapters. They're gonna start coming out in a month, and ever since then I've just been playing Animal Crossing. Come join my Animal Crossing village.
At least he's honest. By the way, I love with the the HP stealing gimmick because of the dark element, that even though you did eat a good amount of damage as Oda, you're just quickly recovering it pretty easily. Like, not immediately, but a good amount.
Yeah, the way it's implied to work is that you're stealing their souls and adding it to your collection or something.
Yeah, the orbs are a really cool effect for actually showcasing that. It's a really good touch.
Oh yeah, there's a game going on.
Yes, there is. I've actually been watching it the whole time.
I've been watching it too, just, a little glazed over.
Yeah. I do really like Yukimura's leveled weapon. That does actually look really nice for him.
Yeah, the spears that are actually made of fire
And on fire. Good touch.
and on fire. I don't know. I still just get too much of a giggle out of the matchsticks,
Yeah.
or I guess the torches for their size. Fighting with giant tiki torches.
Nah, I'm still gonna say they're giant matchsticks. It's funnier.
By my wrath
Actually, now think about it. You're not using a joke weapon for Oda, are you?
is done.
No, the joke weapon because I only have 4 slots on 4 accessory slots on the joke weapon, as opposed to a full 6. Because I don't think I spent a whole lot of time with Oda in this game specifically. So while I did get his final weapons, I never maxed out his final weapons.
Huh. All right. Well, I imagine that you probably Oda would take a little bit more. I won't say finesse. Probably just like a little more actual like look at the game to play. I can kind of get it.
We saw it at the very beginning when I was going through the menus. His weapon, I'm pretty sure, is a nail file.
I want to say it was, but I don't remember offhand. Anyway, when we get back to the overall, I'm gonna share something that I thought of earlier, but I didn't actually get a chance to share earlier.
Oh yeah?
As soon as the loading's done. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna sound like a basic bitch boy and say that I am, while seeing a blood moon, I assume, or an eclipse, can't really tell, over Japan is fairly ominous. I'm also gonna say kind of bummed out that we only did this because I feel like this is the obvious choice. Okay, and I say it specifically because I feel like there's much more cool aesthetic choices you could have gone with to symbolize the devil is back. And I'm gonna tie it back to something. Have you ever watched Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Yes.
Okay, did you watch the whole show?
Yes.
Based? All right. I don't have to worry about having anything lost in translation then. Okay, so remember when
I mean, I didn't watch it when it was airing. I didn't watch it until 2012, but I watched it.
Even better. So, do you remember the one at the end of book 1 where one of the moons, I think it was the moon spirit, the fish essentially died, and it literally just like made the entire show just darker and just turned it monotone?
Yeah.
Okay, I think if you were to actually just go the route of like turning Japan like the overall completely monotone, I think that would be far more ominous than going with the usual blood red moon route. I think that would look really sick, actually.
I think they're just going with the moon thing because they sort of already had the eclipse theme going with Ieyasu and Mitsunari to begin with. So they're just taking another phase of the moon with the blood moon. And the implication as far as the land is supposed to go is that the ocean has turned to blood and that the land itself is on fire, which makes some sort of sense for the devil. Yeah, there we go. Now I'm finally actually using the devil trigger.
Yeah. Yeah, also it's stealing HP back from enemies when you kill them too, so it just undoes the, I guess, blood loss of using it. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, you can see that his health is draining, but I'm slowly gaining it back from dealing damage to enemies.
Yeah. That's kind of neat.
It's cool, it's powerful, but I don't like using it because of how slow it is. I think it locks you into a walk animation instead of a run.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It looks like it's doing that. So the reason I brought that up earlier is because I was fairly impressed actually with the aesthetics going on with the last level where we actually do fight Oda again. It really does some cool shit with the color saturations. I was like, damn, that's some neat looking stuff. So I just look at blood, like, red colored Japan. I'm like, man, they could have gone with some cool shit for this, personally speaking.
You kind of wish they used the same skybox for every level?
No, why?
When you're playing as
I'm
Oda?
not talking about the levels themselves. I'm talking about specifically about the overworld. I wish they went for something like even more eerie, like that's a oddly detailed original character portrait. Sorry, that just caught me off guard. Holy fuck. Like maybe going for like weather effect, like a lightning storm or something that just like covers mainland Japan. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe like a hurricane. Oh, actually, too soon? No, not too soon.
Yeah.
Earthquake.
It's been 12 years. It's been 12 years. I think you're fine.
No, I wasn't specifically talking about that, but I know there was a recent hurricane that came through that was kind of rough. But sorry. Anyway, they could have gone for that. I like the idea. I actually like the idea of the grayscale more because you can feed that back into a 1940s and 50s like samurai movie era. I think that would look that would be kind of, it wouldn't fully fit, but it'd be super original and would be kind of neat.
You know, you got me thinking about Japan and weather phenomenon again, hurricanes and earthquakes and the like, and I'm just reminded when the big one happened in 2011, where a lot of stupid people were complaining, hey, how come my video game got delayed because of this earthquake? And the first thing that comes to mind is there was an earthquake last year or 2 years ago, and the first thing that I saw people complaining about on Twitter was, hey, how come this episode of My Hero Academia got delayed by a day or two because of this earthquake?
Are you fucking serious?
Yes, time is cyclical. I think the game that people were complaining about being delayed back in 2011 was MotorStorm.
Wow, I only know about MotorStorm because it has one really good song that's in my music playlist for stream, and that's it. Huh. Okay.
Yeah,
well,
so people were upset about that being delayed back in 2011, and in 2020 or 2021, people were crying about an episode of My Hero Academia being delayed by a day or two.
What?
And it's like, you people really that fucking stupid?
Yeah, God, no, don't care if the guys are okay, I just want my anime on time. Oh, please touch grass. No, the things that come to mind for me with that particular hurricane back then is actually twofold. First, the lighthearted one is Hideo Kojima tweeting out, "I'm okay, I'm all right." It's like, fairly funny and fairly Chad move, even if you should probably wish your colleagues were fine. It's just like, okay, well, at least you're good. That's cool. The other being the whole fiasco with Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Hey, another Capcom IP, go figure. How in that time period, so supposedly originally with Marvel vs. Capcom 3, there were supposed to be actual individual releases for the DLC characters that were brought into Ultimate. But instead of that, something happened with the scheduling, and shit happened with the hurricane. Some shit happened, and as a result, oops, it's being made into its own standalone game for $40. People shouldn't complain. It's $40. It's not full retail, and it's better and on like every level than original game. I don't know what you're bitching about, but yeah.
And then another thing to bring it back to the Great Hurricane earthquake is prepare to get toxic. Persona 5.
What happened with Persona 5, I wonder?
So apparently the original plan for Persona 5, before it was turned into the game we know it as today, was all of your main characters were actually going to be backpacking all over the world. Europe, Africa, America, what have you.
Oh, what the fuck? That's cool!
They were going to be Yeah, they were going to be visiting all these places. I don't know if they was going to have that steal your heart bullshit or not, but it was going to be a global scale game for the first HD game in the series.
Oh,
and
God,
then when the earthquake,
that's cool. Fuck.
And then when the earthquake hit, they were like, no, we need to center this back on Japan. We need to center this on a Reformation story about Japan's government. Which I guess that's different, because the last 2-3 game stories were about the gods. So, it's different. I wouldn't say it was good.
Instead of the actual gods were disputing with the god named Money? Alright, cool, I guess.
Yeah, basically. The primary, the important villain of the main game, not of the re-release, is literally someone that's trying to get elected to the Japanese Senate.
I'm strong!
Literally.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
His final boss form turns him into Char Aznavour.
Oh man, it gets better and better the more I'm hearing about this.
What the hell is this?
So that's unfortunate, and I remember Persona 5 initially looking really cool because I was looking at back in the day, I'm like, oh my god, it's actually gonna be the first Persona game to not be focused on high school? Count me the fuck in, yeah. And no, that turned out to be exactly that, so I'm like, fuck, okay.
Yeah, it ended up getting a little fucked. What the hell
Just a little bit.
I actually want to there it is.
While you're looking for that, I will definitely say Oda's shotgun packs one hell of a beefy punch. I really enjoy it. Oh wow, you are not kidding.
Yeah, it turns up. No, it does both. It does both. It does both. You might actually have to throw these in. It turns them into both Armstrong and Char Aznavour.
Oh wow, yeah, dude, holy shit. Okay.
So yeah, the earthquake happened, and then they decided we're gonna change the story of our game from being a global scale game to being something about reformation of Japan itself. And if it was something along, and you know, I would sort of get it if it was like maybe the response to the hurricane, the tsunami and relief and all that was poor. And it might be, I don't really know, but I can't imagine any response could be any worse than Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, Hurricane Katrina happened when I was super young, so I wasn't paying attention to a lot of things happening, but I know about the response relief was kind of not really there.
That's Bush for you.
Yeah, that would be a Republican-led Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico?
Oh wait, no, the Dominican Republic. It was one of those two. You know, Trump years, the massive hurricane.
Yes.
We can't.
Yes,
we're having
Puerto
trouble
Rico,
getting them supplies. It's an island surrounded by water, big water,
Wet water.
wet water.
For a second, I thought you said we're gonna say that Hurricane Katrina happened in Puerto Rico, and it's like that was Missouri.
What kind?
I think.
That would be a weird fucking Patriots rewrite, but right there. All right.
Missouri or Alabama or something. I'm gonna check that so I don't be the one sounding like an idiot.
Don't worry about it. Oh, please tell me Masamune's actually gonna win this. No way.
New Orleans. Wait, who was he against?
Beetle dude just beat Masamune.
Oh yeah, there's a point to that.
Holy shit, okay. I did not expect that. Oh yeah, you actually are showing off all the moves, cool.
Louisiana, excuse me.
Oh, right, yeah.
It was Louisiana, not Missouri, excuse me.
Yeah, because I think isn't the Grand Bulk Louisiana like the main city, like below surface level?
Travel wherever I so desire.
I mean, that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah,
at
it was
this
like
rate.
something about like a levee breaking and then shit went underwater. Sorry, yeah. Again, that's what happened when I was like a kid. So, and my dad didn't tell me about a lot of current events that are happening. I kind of just learned about shit secondhand.
We would have been about 10 when it happened, I think.
I would have been, and unfortunately, my dad led a very stressful life, so he didn't really tell me about things that were happening in the outside world. So I just kind of learned about things that were just mentioned in school. So yeah.
My lord.
I mean, living on the East Coast, you probably have a lot of storms to deal with yourself, too.
Well, more so just a lot of like a lot of runoff hurricanes called nor'easters, which is basically when a hurricane moves up from Florida, moving up the East Coast, and it loses a lot of its strength. So it goes from like fucking 150 mile per hour winds down to like maybe 30 or 40, which is still beefy, but it's not like gonna blow the house down or anything.
You weren't with your father when Sandy hit, were you?
That was 99, wasn't it?
Sandy was 2010.
Oh no, I was in Arizona when that happened.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Okay.
it's time to spread the word of Zaytism.
All praise the
Yeah. You see those videos nowadays where it's like whenever a storm does hit and you see things like flooded subways. And it's just, ugh. Yeah, that's American infrastructure for you.
Yeah.
Come now, Munashige.
As you wish, my lord.
You know, it's the funniest thing when you're looking at footage from Ukraine and how they're so much of a poor country than us, but they have such better infrastructure. Holy shit.
That's what happens when even if you don't have a lot of money, it's spent on the right things.
Yeah, pretty much.
Did you get that email the other day saying that any videos related to Ukraine would be automatically demonetized?
No, I didn't get that, but that's kind of maybe it just went to an email folder that is just so overrun I didn't really register. But no, I didn't see anything about that.
Yeah, that's it was an email from Google saying that with how something about the state of the Russian war. If anyone uploads any videos relating to it or mentioning Ukraine, that they're not going to be demonetized. Something, in their own words, something about not profiting off of war or the suffering of others. But nah, something tells me there's some bullshit afoot.
Yeah, considering YouTube has actually not been banned in Russia just yet, I can actually kind of believe that. Russia.
It's banned in China and a lot of Asian countries. I know that much.
So it has to do with that massive company pull-off from Russia, because of their invasion of Ukraine and everything. A lot of companies pulled out and protest, including, I think, Twitter. So everyone was migrating to Rumble, but YouTube has not pulled out yet. Oh, it's hard. You can't get paying Russian rubles over there through YouTube anymore.
Fantastic. I imagine that has something to do with the fact that the internet and YouTube is how a lot of people get their news nowadays.
Probably. Anyway, so I do find it very funny how even the devil himself, Oda Nobunaga, still has to run away from this absolute Chad of Chainsaw Man voiced by Kyle. And that's just the funniest thing ever to me.
I probably could have beaten him, but I don't want to take that chance since, deaths are real fucking annoying.
Yeah, right. I don't think we've addressed this at all, but I don't believe Basara 3 actually has checkpoints, does it?
No, it doesn't. If you lose a stage, at any point you just get set back to the beginning of the stage, and neither does mainline Dynasty or Samurai Warriors either. The spin-off games have checkpoints.
Sometimes.
Sparingly. But they have them, and that's always been sort of weird to me.
Then you lose like 20 minutes deep into a One Piece Pirate Warriors level, and then you have to restart all from where to go, and you're like, you know what? I'm done with this game for today.
Yeah.
One and once.
Yeah, that sounds like Pirate Warriors 2, alright.
Happened with, well, Pirate Warriors 3 as well, but there you have a lot more powerful options to choose from. I'll be honest, sometimes I've been contemplating like just going back to Pirate Warriors 2 to try out those bullshit modes.
Oh yeah, that's right. They have you have the friendship mechanic in that game where you have to become friends with every character, including the NPCs.
Yeah, so what I was thinking of was, as stupid as it is, like just trying out like I was more so thinking like the ultra challenges the game throws at you, where it's like, beat these opponents that are super difficult to deal with. It's like Blackbeard and Shanks at once or something. Shanks, I wish. And Ace at once or something, and they're like ultra powerful, and like you just die in 4 hits.
Yeah, that sounds
Been thinking about trying those out as a joke once or twice, or just, I don't know, revisiting Pirate Warriors 2 in general. It's been a literal eternity since we touched the game. 2014, I want to say.
We recorded both games in 2015, either right before or right after the release of Pirate Warriors 3. Because that was right when you first got an Elgato.
Right, it was. And those were rough times because I still didn't really know how the... God, I could never recover... I could barely record 720-60 back then, Jesus.
No, wait, no, you had the Elgato, but you were forced to record through a component. That was when you first got the HDMI splitter.
Yeah.
And were able to record through actual HDMI, and the game didn't look bad anymore, or as bad. The games... Those first 2 games don't really hold up all that well visually.
No, yep.
Yeah. We're gonna have to go back and do 1 and 2 sooner or later. Do you want to do that, you record 1 and I record 1, or how do you want to go?
Isn't that a great question? I kind of don't want to do Pirate Warriors post-commentary. I would like to see if we can do it live somehow. But, like, we definitely would have to hammer some things out in order to pull that one off. Oh boy.
We would have to go the emulator on that, if at least to spare performance, because I remember 1 and 2, but trying to run 60, but very frequently dipping well below 30 at times, and I don't want to deal with that.
So, very, very funny how the devil of Japan is currently facing the head of a religion. This is great.
The Catholic religion at that.
Yep. Man, I don't know who I want to root for less.
The Catholics. You want to recruit for the Catholics?
No,
Les.
I was being facetious, but yes.
You are all party Salvi's disciples, and you must
You're a Satanist.
Yeah, you are right. It's more so just being facetious because Oda's a bit of a cunt, but the Catholic Church back then, oh, super corrupt. Ooh, spicy meatball.
Back then. Back then, he says.
it is I who rule.
Well, yeah. I more so was just trying to be accurate, but in general, yes, you are correct.
Oh, shut up. Do you really believe that
So that reminds me, I haven't had a chance to bring it up yet, and I haven't started yet either, but one of the things that I want to do,
shall turn against
probably beginning of next year, or maybe if possible before the end of this year, is I want to record Utage as well, the expansion to this game, which is Japan only, but it's way shorter. That would be like a 2-session tops game as opposed to the like 7.
Yeah, the literal 2 sessions
had
we
for
did
this.
before, yeah.
This confrontation.
And one of the characters you can play as in that game is what the fuck is this? Soren Otomo, the character we're fighting right now, and you actually get to play in the giant fucking head thing.
Oh my god, yeah.
And the platform.
The embers
And it's like, I definitely want to report some of the stupid shit you can do in that
You know
game.
what? Remind me about your idea later, so that way I can actually pop it in for stream, and I can actually practice how the fuck to use Kojiro.
Lord.
Well,
Order you at once.
Because I have an idea how he works. It's like a weird delay tilt system, how he plays in Utage and 4 as well, but I always want to learn how it actually works so I can do shit with him, and that'd be very cool to actually practice to find out.
think. You will obey my orders without
it's funny you should mention that, actually.
Juggled by lightning, hello. Oh, Tachipon is here, okay.
Where on earth were you, Murashige?
1,000 pardons, my lord.
I love how you're clashing with him, but he's literally not even swinging his chainsaws. That's a new one.
Yeah, this shit can be dumb sometimes the way it's animated.
Yeah. I'm gonna say also, you probably didn't need to choose this support in particular. Oh yeah, that's right. You probably didn't need to choose the support for Oda since he already has that self-healing. You could probably actually gone with someone that could probably give you attack buffs or something.
At this point, it was basically just a formality since your partner doesn't do anything else, and I'd never clicked on the partner button once, so it just sort of slipped by me entirely.
True, yeah.
You know, the funny thing is, I don't even need to attack Munashige here because Soren is still sitting on that the platform back there, just running away and hiding ever since we broke the head of Zombie.
Yeah.
And he's just gonna keep running around because he dies in 2 hits when you break him out of there.
Until you want to actually bring
So at
the
this
fight
point,
to
I guess-
Tachipana first. That's kind of great.
I figured I should do it at least once, and who better than the theoretical most powerful character in the game?
Yeah, yeah. Unless you want to count complete full power Robot Man. Forgot his name offhand. Honda, that was it.
Yeah.
That would be metal as fuck, but that, I can also understand you not wanting to go through that experience. By the way, some aspects of this stand here kind of does remind me of the Berserker armor go figure.
A little, yeah.
It's more so in the collar,
Hey,
with
you
the
mentioned the
bones and
partner,
everything.
You mentioned the partner a minute ago, and I just noticed Matsu died.
Oh, oops. I didn't know that could happen. Okay.
Yeah, they have their own health bar, and you can bring them back, just like you would a multiplayer partner. But it's very infrequent that they die because they're not typically the object of enemy attacks.
Yeah.
So that's just funny. And again, Shige has a lot of stray attacks. So for a minute there, I guess I really would have been doing this, I guess, the natural way, if that's a way of putting
Yeah.
it, with no healing of any, with no unnatural healing.
Just useless. Absolutely useless.
Jesus,
Where the fuck did he
Jesus,
go?
kid, someone fucking died, and you're like, okay.
Yeah, at this point, I'm literally just watching him run away because it's funny for a second.
So one small thing, I don't know if you caught it, but your gunshot got parried by someone.
Are you?
And I do find it, okay, stupid thing. I find it to be very fucking funny because a similar thing happened to me a few days ago. Been telling Brandon this. I've been playing DMC5 on Dante Must Die mode using Virgil, and my first time getting to the final fight with Dante on Son of Sparta, he uses Royal Guard. I'm like, oh, that's not too bad. I could just use projectiles on him. And fucking from like 50 feet away, Dante just uses Royal Guard on me and hits me with the Just Royal Release. And I just lose like 6 health bars from that far away. I'm like, oh, okay, that's fair, I guess.
Outstanding.
Yeah. So I was like, I see. The game really wants to just play patient against Dante when he's not attacking. Got it.
So the devil just defeated the Catholic Church,
Based.
as only we can hope will one day happen.
You see, kids, this is... God damn it, we're proving people living in the Midwest right. Guns are stronger than God.